that down for us. Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn of the Senate Armed Services Committee, perfect to ask about what's happening right now. Senator, welcome to the program, first of all, and thank you.
Sure.
Do you feel, or do you think, based on what you know on Capitol Hill, that we are ramping up to something other than sanctions with Iran?
I think what we do know is that President Trump does not want to go to war. I don't think anybody wants to go to war. And the purpose is to get Iran back to the negotiating table. We do not want a nuclear-armed Iran. There is no one in the region. I don't think there's anyone in the world that wants a nuclear-armed Iran. And we do know that sanctions are working. We know that inflation is at 40%. We know their oil revenues have been driven down about 90%. We know their economy has shrunk, they say 6%, but the estimates are more like 12%. And Harris, we know that 17 of their 18 pension funds are in the red. They cannot feed their people. They do not have revenue. So as John just said, what they're doing is lashing out. But we do know that the president prefers the sanctions and the negotiations and getting them to the negotiating table so we can be sure that they do not become a nuclear-armed Iran. That is not good for anybody.
So, you know, on this program, we talk to everybody. And yesterday, I brought in Democrat Congressman Garamendi of California. And he told me that 2 hours after we spoke, he was going into a meeting where he would see some of the evidence about whether Iran carried out those attacks on the Saudi oil facilities. Yeah. Where are we in determining exactly who did it? How important is that? Because Iran is what's being focused on by the president and everybody else. I'm always certain there's stuff that you guys know that we don't know yet.
Well, and there have been briefings this week. I was fortunate this week to have time with both the Vice President and the Secretary of State before he went to Saudi Arabia. And we know that Iran is the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism. When you look at Hezbollah, when you look at the Houthis, Iran is who is primarily bankrolling their activity. And whether those flew from the north or the south, and we do believe that they flew from the north, but they're going to do forensic evidence work on this, some forensic analysis, and then we will be able to know beyond a shadow of a doubt where those came from. But the point is, Iran uses their money to bankroll terrorist activities and for their proxies. And Harris, you know, we talked a couple of months back about Hezbollah complaining that Iran didn't have. They were not giving them as much money as they had in the past. And of course, just in the last 24 hours, we found out about a Hezbollah spy who had come to the U.S. and was searching out targets for attack.
All right, I want to hit one more topic with you. The breaking news yesterday about this whistleblower who says that he or she, and we don't know in every detail because we haven't seen the statement that we're waiting to see what this complaint is about. They're called an urgent complaint, saying that the president was talking in an inappropriate way, maybe made a deal with regard to Ukraine. And the president's response has been he wouldn't talk inappropriately on an open call like that. He called whoever this whistleblower is partisan. And your response to it all?
You're never going to see the attack stop. The left is not going to give up because they cannot even accept the fact that they lost. They lost the 2016 election. Hillary Clinton is not president. Donald Trump is president, and in 2020 he will win re-election. And we know that he is going to continue to make certain that our allies understand they're our friends. Those that are coming to negotiate with the United States know that Donald Trump is going to walk away from a bad deal. He's not going to make a bad deal. He's walked away from them already. And certainly we have found out how bad the JCPOA that was with Iran, the Iran deal as people call it, how bad that was for the U.S. And Harris, you know what? We wouldn't be having these issues with Iran right now if we did not have that Obama-era JCPOA that gave them more cash and more leverage and the ability to enrich that uranium.
All right. Senator Marsha Blackburn from the great state of Tennessee on a couple of topics today. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
A brand new